Hello, and how are you? I have a very interesting story to share with you today. Um, it's positive, but at the same time, it's saddening because many of us, when we tie the knot, or indeed when we find what we think is love, we argue that it is through sickness and in health that we will stick together like glue to wood, no matter the circumstances or situation that we encounter on life struggles. Words are very easy, but actions speaks volumes. It is easy when you have a blonde bit and a nice juicy vagina, beautiful big breast. It's easy to speak if you like, words of comfort to a fool. It's easy to speak of broken promises you don't intend to keep. After all, you have the juicy flesh of a good woman next to you and beautiful hair. That's what you married. You did not put a ring on her heart. You did not put a ring on her soul. What you married was her blonde hair. You married her vagina and her breast. And as long as it remained perfect, then so too, quote unquote, your love for her would remain perfect, as long as she did not decay. As autumn that moves to winter, as a leaf that decays when winter's frost bites the earth, she dares to become ill. She dares to age. And as Barbara Cartland, the romantic novelist, quote, she said, love flies out the window. Many of us, we are living on borrowed time. We know that if was it not for our looks, was it not for our perfect bodies, we know in our heart of hearts our partners would not be there. This woman who was paralyzed, she was married for 14 years, which she thought was love. 14 years, however, it was love as long as she remained beautiful. It was love as long as she remained perfect and all flowing and nice. Then it's love. But once winter's breath begins to bite through the earth and through her skin, then suddenly her husband wanted a divorce. And what did he do? He couldn't even wait until she recovered. He couldn't even wait until she gathered strength and confidence. He divorced her on her dying bed, walked out of her vagina, walked out of her breast, and most of all, he walked out of her four children. In other words, those children, he just, excuse my language, they were born out of fuck and lust. They were not born out of love, or he would not have walked out on his kids. Her vagina no longer was sweet. Her breast no longer was like the nectarines of pollen flower. She could no longer walk. She was crippled. And in that state, of course, many people want to give up. Of course, many people in that situation lose confidence. Can you imagine being ill and your partner walking out on you when you need them most? I have a dear friend of mine who is just recovering from cancer, and he's staying with me. He's staying in my house. and I promised to take care of him. Why? Because at the lowest moment of my life, he was there for me. He was there. This is what friendship is about. That's what love is about. He was there for me at the lowest moments of my life. And I am there for him. I look after him. I bathe him. I cook for him. I lift him up. Because he was there for me. Can you imagine if I deserted him? Oh, one of his other friend deserted him. Totally deserted him. I won't go into what she did, but she deserted him at the most critical moment of his life. You have to be careful who you make friends with. You have to be careful who you marry and who you date. The good news about this story is that she started to do physiotherapy and she had a personal coach. Honky guy, oh my God, if he wasn't taken, I'd have him for myself. Oh. Many black guys said I'm gay in secret, so maybe I'd have him for myself. Right, but she met this honky guy, this coach, fitness coach, and my God, he's fit. Can you imagine? She was in the pits of hell. She wants to give up on her life. And guess what? At the most critical moment, when all she thought was lost, she found love. A Keep Fit fitness coach. And he loved her through her disability. He loved her when she was paralyzed. He loved her when she was down in the dumps, and he helped her to climb that mountain. He helped her to swim the deep river. I hope and I pray that she regains the ability to walk again. And it's happening slowly. She's defying the doctor's orders, the doctor's prediction. And I hope when she walks again, she takes one of the sexiest pictures and she posts it to her ex-dirty husband. I hope she sends pictures of her and her new lover, her boyfriend, having sex and post it to him. Because if he can walk out of his wife of 14 years just because she was paralyzed, he did not love her. She thought that he loved her, but he was in love with her vagina. He was in love with her breast. And that's the reason why many women, if you like, they don't really respect men. Because women ain't stupid. Women know when a man is only marrying their vaginas and their breast. It's no different to a man who knows a woman's only after him for his money. And there's no respect there. And when one becomes ill, they walk out because they know there is no spiritual bonding, there is no spiritual mutual respect. When love is love, when love is perfect, love fulfills everything. When you love somebody in the spirit, the flesh can wither. You could even be ill or paralyzed. The love that is spiritual will be alive. Love never comes through lust or materialism. Because when times get bad, as Barbara Cartland said, love will fly out the window. And that's what happened to him. He didn't love her. The ring at the altar, The big wedding day was nothing more than marrying her vagina. She might as well cut her head off, cut her breast off, and give it to him. He never cared about her mind. He never cared about her soul. And that's why so many of us are lonely. Because we know that we're loved for the wrong reasons. We know, take away our blonde hair, take away our beautiful selves, take away our money, and we know we're nothing more than empty shells. I'm glad that she found love. I'm glad. Because she was suicidal. She'd almost given up. But she had to persevere because of her children. Give me 2 seconds. She had to persevere because of her children. And sometimes when we have focal points in our lives, it gives us the strength to carry on. It gives us the strength to carry on. And it makes us want to question. All you women out there, I'm so pretty, I'm so pretty, I'm so pretty, I'm gonna cry. Would your partner stay with you if you lost your buttocks, your breast, and your hair? Or even men who use women, buying women with their money. Would your woman stick with you if you had no money? And that's why the world is screwed up. Because people are superficial. People are false. But sometimes there is a happy ending in this horrible world called life. And on this journey, no matter how painful it is, no matter how hard and laborious and somehow thorny, the sun always melts through the skies and the clouds melt away, and hope and love comes at our door when we least expect it. I hope that if you are in this position, you don't give up hope on love, because love is looking for you. You only have to change your mindset, change your thinking, and be determined to win, to be a winner, to be a fighter. Thank you.